The first need I want to talk about is the housing market has actually rose 17% since the legalization of medical marijuana. This is due to families having to seek refuge in Colorado and trying to find the medical use for their children or themselves for the cancer. This has become a problem just because families of children having to move across the country are really starting to wear on them, as well as take housing from people that actually are living in the states that are having the legalization. Since they do have to move across country, if we are able to legalize it nationwide, they are able to do it in their own hometown. They won't have to seek refuge in a different state for the medical. The satisfaction of making marijuana legal within 50 states is really good and will do a morale boost for the United States, because this recent election that we had on November 9th, 4 more states have legalized marijuana, bringing the grand total to 9 states. Spreading awareness. I personally think people fear the unknown, and so if they don't know about medical marijuana, they will always have a bad connotation of it, or they will see the recreational use of it and think that that is the same as the medical side, which I believe a lot of people, yes, do use the recreational side in Colorado since it has become legal. But the medical side has been affecting us since 2012, and we have had a lot of great success with it and be able to show people what the medical side does versus the recreational. Obviously, spreading awareness, people are able to understand why medical is used. As my previous speech, I was able to show documentation of the cancer research that had been done with medical marijuana. With that, you have seen the nausea subside, the appetite pick up, as well as the cancer cells with the cannabis. And so that has been able to decrease with the cannabis oil. As also you are able to put it in your upper lip, so people are able to do that without smoking, as I stated in my previous speech. Personally, I think that people really need to be, as a community and as an audience, we need to be more outspoken in our beliefs and our opinions of medical marijuana. If we can legalize it in all 50 states, we would have to legalize it on the federal level since it is nationwide. With that, we do have to show more research, more statistics. We have to show people that it is very useful and there's a reason behind it, and that it is a natural plant that can help with a lot of diseases and the side effects of medicines that are prescribed when you're when you're battling cancer or anything, a serious disease like that. Personally, I believe it will decrease the movement around the United States, and people are actually able to stay in their own town and be able to work on improving their health by staying within their own state. With everything I have discussed, I have proposed the different options, as well as the legalizing medical marijuana in all 50 states. Legalizing marijuana will help sick children and adults be able to find health care that will help them, their condition, and help them improve. Being able to show people the different benefits of medical marijuana will really help them open their eyes and not have kind of such a closed mind to the weed, you would say. Personally, again, I would like everybody to spread awareness, because people are only scared of what they don't understand, and they are only fearful of things that they think are a threat. But if we can show and spread the awareness that medical marijuana is not a threat, I think that will be a huge step in the right direction. So, personally, since I've done all this research, I have been very for medical marijuana. I know that this was a persuasive speech trying to show you guys what research I've done and what my personal views on it. So I was curious what your guys' views are before and after the speech, and what you have seen or decided that would be the best for you guys with the medical.
Yeah, I think statistics, when used properly, can be helpful to speeches, and I think you use them very well, especially for proponents of it. It's the money that comes in from tax revenue, right, and how that can be applied to other areas, school systems, etc. So I think that one in particular is powerful and helpful for you. I think on the flip side, what you have to be careful about is attacking how people think about things instead of sort of taking it down a notch, notch by notch, and sort of breaking down their arguments instead of saying, well, what you think just isn't right, or just you're scared of what you don't know, or whatever. And so I would caution that maybe is a different tactic that you can take as far as putting that together. But
yeah, definitely. And I've also thought about the different options of doing the elections that are going to be held in different states for the legalization of medical marijuana, and kind of reaching out to that town or that state and seeing how their views are kind of not fundraising but advertising kind of the benefits of legalizing it.
As it evolves, for sure, it's gonna be more statistics and more stuff that can be looked at. Colorado even is still, we don't know what exactly the impact is gonna be.
And since
for
9
us.
states are now, it's a lot easier, so we can start researching kind of more nationwide rather than.
There'll be more data to dissect. So
exactly.
that's it for me.
I was gonna say, like, one of the statistics that you should probably look at is like the difference between people who move here for medical marijuana and then the people who move here for recreational use. Because I obviously I'm not around the medical community as much as I am for the recreational community, and so I know I'm more of aware of the people who have moved here recreationally more than medically, and so I don't really have an opinion on that side, but maybe more of a statistic saying like, oh, this is the amount of people that I've had move here, or like this is. I don't know.
And who has green cards versus
one like that.
Exactly. I wonder if that's a distinction that helps your argument, maybe, as far as defining, first of all, what is recreational and what is medical.
Yeah.
And then drawing a clear line, because a lot of people just sort of think one and they think of the other. And so maybe that's something that would help.
And since Colorado did legalize it, they legalized medical way back, and the recreational just did in the 2012. So the lines have kind of blurred since both of them have been legalized, so it would be very interesting to look at a state that just has the medical aspect.
It could help the argument. For sure.
And I really want to see more statistics on the cancer side because I have seen a lot of good stuff with that. Going into the speech, I knew that and kind of gotten more like aware of that and more of like accepting of it because obviously like you said, I don't know anything about marijuana, but like if knowing statistics kind of helps it more than just like personal experience because I obviously don't have cancer, so I can't really personally experience the benefits of it. So.
Yeah, along the same